Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a murder-for-hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Durk Bank, and he is from Chicago. This is his mugshot from Florida, where he was arrested last night.
Lil Durk's life is going off the rails, and honestly, who didn't see this coming? The guy has been living on the edge, balancing his rap career with deep connections to the streets. Now, it looks like the feds are ready to take everything away. New evidence is piling up against him, and it's not looking good. Authorities are saying they've got what they need to send Durk away for life. And with the details coming to light, they might just be right. So here's the story. Lil Durk was caught trying to flee the country and is now sitting in a Broward County jail in Florida. He's waiting for the inevitable transfer to the U.S. Marshals. And what's he being charged with? Just a little.
Lil Durk was given the keys to Chicago by the mayor and hosted a prayer event in the city. Then less than a week later, the feds arrested him for hiring shooters to kill Quando Rondo.
Little thing called conspiracy to commit murder for hire. No big deal, right? But here's where it gets even crazier. His arrest happened around the same time 5 other men were charged in California, connected to the attempted murder of Quando Rondo. The feds aren't holding back. They're claiming that these men, all tied to Chicago gangs, were out for revenge after the killing of Durk's longtime friend and collaborator, King Von. This situation just keeps getting messier with every new detail. The list of suspects in this case is like a who's who of OTF members. Calvin London Grant, also known as Vonier, ASA Houston, aka Boogie, David Lindsay, aka Brown Eyes, Keith Jones, aka Flocka, and DeAndre Wilson, aka Day. And trust me, the charges against them are serious. Everything from conspiracy to commit murder for hire, to using machine guns, to violent crimes. Some of those charges even carry the death penalty. But here's where it gets even wilder. The feds are connecting all of this to Lil Durk and his OTF crew, calling them a gang involved in violent crimes, all to keep their street reputation intact. The list of accusations is growing faster than Durk's streaming numbers, and it's not looking good for him or his crew. So, how did we get here? Let's rewind. King Von, one of OTF's key members and Durk's closest allies, was tragically shot outside an Atlanta nightclub in November 2020. It all started with a heated argument that spiraled out of control. That moment set off a chain of events that have led us to where we are now. Durk caught up in serious charges, and the drama only keeps building.
Yeah, the day he died. I met him that day in Saks. Yeah. He was telling me to come to the spot that he got killed at. I always felt like if I would've went, I would've stopped it. Cause with Quando, you know, and I was, you know, just met Von. I felt like I probably could've OG'd the situation, you know. I ain't go out.
That night. Damn, man. When you hear news like that, it's hard to shake. And honestly, the first thing I thought when I got the news was I was supposed to be there. Can you imagine? The first thing that comes to your mind is, why wasn't I there? So why didn't you go out that night?
Go out that night.
Damn, man. And okay, so when you get the news, those are like the first thing that you think about?
That's the first thing I thought about when I got the news. I was supposed to be there.
Is there a reason why you didn't go?
I just ain't feel like going out, bro. I was like, man, I ain't going out. Cause I had just came back in town. I had my fit, everything. Just ain't go out, bro. Just ain't get them keys and go out.
I just didn't feel like going out, bro. Something just told me not to go. I had just gotten back into town, had my outfit ready, but something just didn't feel right. I didn't grab the keys and head out. Turns out, it was Quando Rondo's associate, Lil Tim, who fired the fatal shots that night. That tragic event set off a whole series of revenge plots and violent plans. According to the indictment, after Von's death, someone in Durk's camp supposedly made it clear that there was a reward for anyone who went after Quando Rondo. Now here's where the rumors get wild. Some are saying Durk might have been the one who orchestrated it all, allegedly using OTF to funnel money for the whole revenge mission. The feds claim they have the receipts. Court papers say Durk provided funds for plane tickets to Los Angeles back in August 2022, supposedly to track down Quando Rondo. And because nothing screams innocent like being extra careful with your paper trail, the tickets were reportedly booked under a name that wasn't Durk's. It's a mess, and the deeper it goes, the more tangled it becomes. The plot thickens. Not only did Durk allegedly use an OTF-affiliated credit card for the operation, but he also reportedly sent messages to his crew, telling them not to book any flights under names connected to him. Yeah, real subtle, right? Once in Los Angeles, the suspects supposedly checked into a hotel, armed themselves with guns, and even coordinated their vehicles and ski masks to carry out the mission. Surveillance footage allegedly shows Durk at a house in the San Fernando Valley that same day, which ties him even closer to the whole situation.
You guys never really got a chance to work together.
Nah. No.
How'd you feel about the King Von documentary?
I didn't watch it, bro. I probably watched 10 minutes of it, and that's because my partner was watching it. He was over there watching it. He put it on the dashboard. We pull up to Lennox and
Now the actual hit attempt? It sounds like something straight out of a movie. Prosecutors say the crew followed Quando Rondo and his cousin to a gas station where shots were fired. Fortunately, Quando Rondo survived, but his cousin wasn't so lucky. After the shooting, the suspects reportedly stopped at a burger joint to discuss payments, and get this, they used that same OTF credit card to book their return flights to Chicago. It's like a crime story you wouldn't believe, but the feds are painting a picture of a well-planned operation crossing state lines, all with the goal of taking...
That was it when he came back in the car. We ain't watch it after that. I ain't really get into it. I don't like to get into YouTube talking about murder, because I know it'd be a lot of bullshit.
Well, they did a documentary on you.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that one?
I ain't like it.
Now Quando Rondo. And while Durk's name isn't officially on the charges, the indictment strongly suggests he was involved. The deeper this goes, the more it looks like the feds are tightening the noose around him. This situation just keeps getting crazier. The mastermind behind the hit is allegedly offering cash rewards and even promising spots in OTF for anyone who pulls it off. But
I ain't like it. A lot of that shit be a lot of bullshit, bro. Like, people think they be knowing, but you don't know. You don't know. That's life. Nobody knows what somebody else did unless you were in the car.
Let's talk about Durk. His recent moves aren't helping his case at all. The FBI says he tried to flee the country, booking flights from South Florida to places like Dubai and Switzerland. But of course, he got caught in Miami. Talk about bad timing for him, but perfect timing for the feds, who probably felt like they got him right in the act. And then there's his music. Yeah, it's not helping him right now either. His lyrics from the 2022 track AHA, where he brags about dropping locations and getting things done, are being looked at as possible evidence. Prosecutors are digging deep into his words, and it's definitely not playing in his favor. Don't forget his emotional appearance on a podcast with Wallow, where he was warned about the consequences of his actions. It seems like he didn't take those words seriously, though. Those warnings definitely went in one ear and out the other. But hold on, there's even more drama. The mother of FBG Duck, another Chicago rapper who was tragically killed in 2020, has now entered the picture, and this story just keeps unfolding in all kinds of ways. The plot thickens, and it looks like there's no easy way out for Durk. The drama just keeps getting bigger. The mother of FBG Duck, the rapper killed in 2020, has filed a lawsuit against Durk, King Von's estate, and OTF. She's accusing them of profiting off her son's tragic death, claiming they've used music and social media to make money from it. Now, she's seeking damages from Durk and several major record labels. To make things even more intense, the lawsuit also links a $100,000 bounty to Duck's death, adding another layer to this already messy situation. As expected, social media is blowing up over this. DJ Loaf set off a storm of speculation when she posted a cryptic message saying, "Free mine," which she quickly deleted. While she didn't say it was about Durk, the timing had fans making their own connections. Then, Whack 100 weighed in, comparing Durk's case to Young Thug's legal battles. He pointed out that state prosecutors might rush things, but the feds? They take their time, carefully building their cases. He also mentioned that Durk's attempt to flee could have made things worse, speeding up his arrest. Right now, Durk is sitting in jail with no bail, waiting to be sent back to California. His legal team has a tough fight ahead. Some experts believe he might have a chance to beat the charges with the right strategy, but the odds aren't in his favor. This case isn't going to be solved anytime soon. It could drag on for years. With new evidence, possible witness deals, or more arrests, the drama is far from over. All eyes are on Durk and what he does next. One thing's clear though, his story is a warning about the dangers of staying too close to the streets. And honestly, is anyone really surprised by all this?